The TRX Clutch Curl is a great exercise when it comes to strengthening your biceps, and particularly your short head of your biceps. So your biceps has two attachments. The long head is going to get more action when you straighten your arm and when you reach your arm back a little bit and get that full stretch of your biceps, where your short head is going to get more action as you're in the top range of your biceps curl. So again, the clutch curl is going to hone in more on the short head of your biceps, which really gives your biceps some shape. For this exercise, a couple things when you're executing this exercise. You're going to start with your arms nice and long. Your knuckles are facing out and you're pretty close together with your fists. Now there's going to be a couple things that happen at once. You're going to peel your elbows wide and you're going to bring your knuckles together right toward your sternum. So again, you're going to rotate and peel your elbows out wide while maintaining tension in the straps. I like to think of doing this exercise as if I had my arms on a table, and you're going to slide your arms across the table. What that does is that puts you in a good elbow position so that your action is happening right at your elbows. Things that you want to be aware of on this exercise and watch out for is that you're losing that elbow position. So specific to this exercise, as you're coming through in your end position here, watch that you don't just passively flop back into your position and change your elbows. Again, you want to think about your elbows being on a table and sliding just out and then back in, out, and then back in. You also want to make sure that you have tension in the straps. So that tension, I'm constantly thinking about trying to, whether I'm pulling my body up or returning back to a start position, I'm trying to keep tension on the strap and pull the straps away from my anchor. So putting it all together, again, your knuckles are facing out, your arms are semi-close together. You're going to bring your knuckles literally together, elbows out wide. You should feel tension as you squeeze your elbow closed. And then as you return to your start position, you're going to slowly relinquish your arms while keeping tension in the straps. A couple general tips about ways to progress or options when it comes to any type of pulling exercise on the TRX strap. Pulling exercise is where I'm pulling my body toward the anchor. A lot of it that you can think about is in your feet. So the closer that my feet are toward the anchor, the more challenging the exercise becomes. The further I walk it away, the easier it can become. Also, the further my feet are apart, the easier it is for my core to perform the exercise, where if I'm bringing my legs and feet closer together, now it's going to be more challenging for my core. So you can adjust how close or how far your feet are from the anchor and how close or how far your feet are from each other. And then finally, this is probably the greatest detail, but you can think about where your pressure is on your foot. So if you are performing an exercise with your entire foot on the ground, you're going to have a little bit more support. If you go up onto your heels, a couple things happen. One is that your weight shifts back. So now you're, in theory, going to have more resistance. Your body weight is going to be more involved, thus making the exercise a little bit more challenging. And if you also think about if your heel is the only thing that is in contact with the floor, it's a very small portion of your body that is in contact with the ground. So your base of support is much smaller. So that's going to really increase the challenge for you to keep your stability. So again, if you're looking for a way to progress your exercise, you can put your weight on your heel. If you need some help with the exercise, putting a flat foot allows you to better distribute your weight and have more support. So again, think about your feet closer or further from the anchor, closer or further apart, and then your weight either on your heel or flat. Couple general principles when it comes to TRX activity involving pulling exercises. A couple good options when it comes to the TRX Clutch Curl. The first is that you can stick with a biceps curl. So what you're gonna do is your palms are gonna be up, keeping your elbows up, and then you're really just honing in, especially on that top portion of the biceps curl. That way that we maintain your focus on the short head of your biceps. Another great option that I like is going away from the TRX straps, and whether seated or in a half kneeling position, pinning your elbow against your inner thigh and going with a concentration curl. Now on this option, you're not gonna have as much shoulder blade activity without the straps, but because your elbow is jammed and pinned on the inside of your leg, if you look, it's gonna be kind of that same motion that you perform with your clutch curl. Couple great options, couple things to focus on this exercise. Now let's get after it.